It's fair to say that Skoda has been absolutely smashing it in recent years. The majority of the firm's cars, the Octavia, the Karoq, the Superb and the Kodiaq, to name but a few, are all among the best and most appealing cars in their respective market sectors, thanks in no small part to their mixture of style, quality, practicality and affordability. No matter who you are though, you can't win them all, and sure enough, there are one or two of Skoda's products that haven't quite hit the heights of the rest, examples being the Rapid and the Rapid Spaceback. Well, the weakest links in Skoda's product lineup are just about to undergo some serious reinforcement, because the Rapid is just about to be replaced by this, the all-new Skoda Scala. The Scala has some big advantages over the Rapid as well. It's built on one of the VW Group's latest platforms, and it's also offered with the group's latest infotainment and safety technology. And like all good Skodas, it aims to provide loads and loads of space for a very affordable price. Size-wise, think of it as being at the bigger end of the family hatchback scale, but without being quite so bonkers big as an Octavia. Rivals-wise and price-wise, picture it against other budget-focused SUVs like the Kia Ceed, Hyundai i30 and Seat Leon. As promised, there is absolutely shed loads of space in this thing. The rear seats are super generous on both headroom and legroom, so tall adults will sit in comfort, and the boot is a really impressive size. All the technology on display is pretty easy to find your way around, and with loads of adjustment and good all-round visibility, life is pretty sweet at the wheel as well. And the quality, well, it's pretty good for the most part, but there are one or two plastics that just feel a little bit harder and a little bit scratchier than you find in other Skoda models. Having said that, it still feels pretty good by the standards of other value-based hatchbacks. The engine lineup is pretty familiar from other Volkswagen Group products, and you've got a pair of 1 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged petrols with either 95 or 115 horsepower. You've also got a 4-cylinder 1.5 litre turbo petrol with 150 horsepower, or a solitary 1.6 litre diesel with 115. The car we've got here is the 115 horsepower petrol, and it is an absolute little cracker. Nice and responsive and perky throughout most of the rev range, and it's even pretty quiet, although it does cause quite a few vibrations through the floor of the car, most notably in the passenger side. And the rest of the driving experience, well, we do need to caveat our impressions by saying that all of the cars here on the launch event in Croatia are fitted with adaptive sport suspension that alters its behaviour according to which driving mode you select, and that is an optional extra, so we still don't know how the car behaves in its standard form. On the suspension we've got here though, we've got to say the car is a bit of a mixed bag. The low speed ride is pretty lumpy and unsettled no matter which driving mode you're in, and when you're in normal mode the steering is overly light and a bit reluctant to respond. Sport mode does add a little bit of extra weight and responsiveness through the wheel, and when you're going a little bit faster the ride does flatten out. To be fair, the car does change direction reasonably sharply in the corners. Ultimately, there's not a whole lot to separate the Scala from its rivals dynamically, but for most drivers it will be absolutely fine. So it's not perfect, but there is plenty to like about the Scala, and most of it is the same stuff that people love about other Skoda models, which is a really good sign. And perhaps most crucially, the price is indeed right, with the range starting at just over £16,500. And for that sort of money, this is a heck of a lot of car. If you enjoyed this video, then please tell us so by leaving us a cheeky little like. And why not subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you never miss another Autotrader video ever again.